If today you go up 3 months, that'll be superb. Some of you are going to go up a lot more than that. Some of you might not go up as much. It doesn't matter. What I really want is for you to do your very, very best. So we're just going to, I know you know all this, but we're just going to go over some of the things that we need to remember. Oh, of course it is. Thank you. Okay, so doing our best. So first thing, remember the test begins where you left off from last time. So for some of you, what are you expecting the questions to be like? One at a time, please. Abdul. A bit harder maybe. If you did quite well, if you got a high score, it might start off a little bit harder than you expect. Lily, if it keeps getting harder, what are you thinking?
That I'm doing really well.
Yeah, excellent. If it gets harder, you know that's a signal that you're doing really well. If it suddenly gets a little bit easier, Alex?
It means you're doing quite bad for me.
Yeah, for what you should be doing. So you need to read really carefully. It's not going to stay low down. If you get the next question correct, then it's going to go up a little bit more and gradually get up to the level again where you should be, all right? So don't think, oh, I really messed up on that question. How many questions are there? Can you remember?
31.
Who said 34? Put your hands up. Well done, Lily. 34. Okay, so the next bit. So it begins where you left off. Questioning is going to get challenging, a little bit more difficult. Don't let it put you off. Remember, it begins with quite easy for you guys. So you're just reading the short sentences. Do it by process of elimination. If it was me, I'll read it out into my head. I'm trying each of those words. Which word fits the best? Okay? So if you're struggling, do it by process of elimination. Think, oh, it's definitely not that one, definitely not that one, but it might be this. Just check it out. There's time. You don't have to rush. Okay? So it begins where you left off. Let's move down a little bit more. Okay. So it should take you 20 minutes. We all know that. If it takes longer, that's fine. Some people today took, I think it was about 29 minutes. So you're allowed to take as long as you want. Just because your friend next to you finishes, don't think they've done exactly the same test because their questions might be different. Even if your reading age is just 1 or 2 months different, their questions might be completely different and in a bit more of a random order. So don't be peeping at your partner and thinking, oh, they've done this, therefore I'm going to press that, A, B or C. You're on your own yet. Just focus on your own screen. And if you want to touch the screen and just think to yourself, as if you were reading in the book, that's fine too. Okay, so no less than 20 minutes. If it takes you longer, that's fine. Questions respond to you. As we've said, you all know this. If they're getting harder, be proud of yourself. You're doing really, really well. Okay? Just notice this one though. It also means you need to slow down and take your time. Because if the questions are getting harder, it means there's going to be more words on the slide. You've got to read a little bit more carefully. Some of those words are going to be a lot longer. Yeah. So think, when we've talked before about things like prefixes in English, think about any clues to the meaning of the words. Okay. So questions 1 to 10, click in the words. You know how to do this. Okay. Doesn't accept your answer until you click. If you do have a problem, a girl earlier on, the test went back to the beginning for her. If it does, just simply put your hand up and I'll come and see what we can do and help you. Don't get out of your seat. Don't go asking your friend. Everybody needs the same opportunity. It's got to be really quiet, really, really, really focused so everybody can concentrate their brain on answering the questions. Okay? When you get to question 11, you know it's going to change. Jaden, why do you think you've really got to read the question first rather than the text first?
Because they might try and catch you out by saying, it could be a simple mistake by saying which one is not, and you might actually think
that's a really good strategy because that's what we see in the quizzes. Joshua, can you think of something else about reading the question first?
Because it will take time for you to read the whole paragraph. So if you read the question, you can scan through and see.
Excellent. Remember when we've done skimming and scanning, it's going to give you a clue what you're looking for. M&A, you got anything to add to that? No? All right. Shh. Okay. So really good strategy. Well done, Joshua. So Right, time limit to each question. You know it's going to be, I think it's the right-hand corner. A warning icon will appear to tell you if you're approaching the time limit. Don't panic. Don't think, oh, I've got to just quick click one. Don't worry, don't guess. We've said that before, because sometimes you're going to guess and it's going to really sabotage your results. If you can't answer a question, do not guess. Let the time run out and just calmly wait for the next question coming up. Okay? So during the test, you know our rules at our school. Don't talk to anyone, don't distract anyone, don't try and help anyone, because that's cheating. You're not helping yourself. Click on the word in the gap. Read the question first. Thank you, Joshua. Try your best to pick the correct answer, but don't guess. Put your hand up. Just raise your hand calmly if you've got a problem. Right, when we finish, you've all got the teacher-made quiz on St Patrick's Day. When you're ready, I'll come round and give you that. Just quickly, you know, silently read to yourself. You should all be carrying on reading your books that you've got right now. If you're ready to quiz, that's fine. Just carry on, log off from the star reading and quiz. I'm not going to ask any of you to come and see me until at least 20 minutes have gone. When 20 minutes have gone, then I'm going to check to see who has finished the quiz, but it's not a race. Yeah, I don't want you rushing and thinking I'm going to be first. So when the 20 minutes is gone, then I'm going to check my data and check who has finished. Then I'm going to call you out one by one. We'll write your new ZPDs in your reading log. We'll talk about your ages, maybe have a little individual chat with some of you, okay? And if we don't get time for everybody today, it will be the first session of our English lesson. Okay, I'll have everything printed out. Any questions from anybody? Anybody got any questions? Abdul Rahim, certain you haven't got any questions? You usually have. Okay, right, I'm going to dismiss you one table at a time. You go into the RT room. By the way, question for you. Why are we doing it in the RT room and not the library?
Because people might be coming into the library.
People might be coming in. What else?
So, you know,
What do we normally do with AR in the library? M&A?
Usually they may, I was also going to add on by saying they may distract you by talking, and then it might like stop you from like knowing what to do.
Yeah, so think back to when we're in the library. The library's like our quizzing place, isn't it? It's like fun reading, quizzing. This is different because this is a bit like an exam, isn't it? Yeah? So this is why it's got to be in there and a little bit quieter. All right? So I'm going to dismiss you a table by table. Don't rush and go into different seats. Just go where you normally sit in there. So number 1, number 2, go in, log on. 3, 4, 5, go in, log on. It's going to take a few minutes for logging onto the network, but then just log into the star reading. We'll wait for everybody to log in together. We don't start the star test till I say, okay, off you go. All right? I think you rush through a little bit some of the longer questions, yeah, the paragraph questions. So take your time a bit more on that. When I check your time, if you did it in quite a bit under 20 minutes, you might get a chance to redo it tomorrow, okay? But I know you've been coming on a Friday morning. I know you've been quizzing regularly. You've showed your mum Home Connect. So since the start of September, you've really tried hard. So would you like another chance? Yeah. So we'll see. I'll check the minutes. If you've done way over 20 minutes, probably not. Okay?
Yes.
All right then. So keep hold of that till you find me your old book and we'll check in it. Yeah, well done. Okay. Right, a lot of people have finished now, that's great, but some people are still quizzing. So if you've actually finished, you need to do the teacher-made quiz. Don't rush, read it through, and then quiz on your own book, or just sit carrying on reading your own book as if it was library time. Okay, well done.